Ready for a core workout? This is an oldie but a goodie. So we're going to start by contracting those lower abdominals, knitting the rib cage into the center of the body, and then as we contract, that's going to press the small of the back into the mat. We want to hold that contraction as we perform the next series of movements. We want to make sure that our chin is off of our chest, our eye gaze is up toward the ceiling. We're going to support our head and neck with our fingertips kind of cupping behind the occipital bone on the base of the skull. We want to make sure that we're keeping these scalene muscles relaxed. When we strain those, we're putting all the work up here, and where we really want to be working is down here in that core. So again, we're looking up toward the ceiling, and we're going to just bring the head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat just slightly. Coming up, engaging this core, and then lowering down. The breath work is that we're going to inhale, and we exhale as we crunch up, inhale as we lower. Exhale, crunch up, inhale, and lower. Do 2 more. And to make this a little bit more challenging, we're going to take our one leg and cross it over the other so the ankle is just above the knee. We're going to continue that up and down motion with the same breath work, same core cue reminders and vision reminders. Inhaling and then exhaling as we crunch up. Focusing on using the core to lift your body rather than straining through the neck. We're going to extend the arm that leg is crossed over on. We're going to do a crossover, so our shoulder is going to come to that knee that's lifted. So we're going to inhale at the bottom, and then we're going to exhale, lift and cross. We want to drive the shoulder, not the elbow, over toward that knee. So exhaling as we come up. One more. Now this is maybe getting a little bit fatiguing, so you can take a break if you need to. This next one, we're going to extend that leg. We're going to come back to that straight up, straight down crunch. Again, as your core becomes fatigued, you're going to want to rely on these scalenes. We want to keep those all nice and relaxed. So take a break if you need to. Just hold this contraction. Come back in when you're ready. Coming up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to add that crossover. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, shoulder not elbow, over to that knee. In 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it down, starting over from the top. We're going to do that just basic crunch, crunching up for 10, 9. We only did one side. We've got to do both sides here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Crossing over, crunching up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Still knitting the rib cage together into the center of the body. 3, 2, 1. Now the crossover, extending the arm, bringing the shoulder across the body to the knee, keeping that elbow out, keeping the chin off the chest, trying to keep the work in the core and out of the neck. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing that leg up, straight up crunches to start, keeping that chin off the chest. Here we go. Exhale up, inhale lower. 7, 6, 5, 4. Take a break when you need to. Come back in when you can. 2, and 1. Last time with the crossover for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing that foot down. So now we've worked transverse abdominis, we've worked obliques, we've worked the rectus abdominis. There's one core muscle that we haven't really hit, and that is down on the low back, the erector spinae. So we're going to have our hands on the mat, palms down, or on the floor if you're just on the floor. Same form key reminders as before. We're going to be focusing on the low back. So we're going to have our heels pretty close to our rear end on the floor. We're going to press into those heels and peel the spine off the mat, one vertebra at a time, beginning at the tailbone and coming up, keeping the shoulders and head and neck relaxed, bringing those hips up, squeezing the glutes and the low back, squeezing the inner thighs together. And then we're going to reverse that, coming down one vertebra at a time. So this bridge. Breathing cue, inhale. And exhale as we come up. Inhale at the top. Exhale as we come down. Inhale. Exhale up. And as we come down, we don't come to a full rest. We're kind of hover, come right back into the next repetition. Avoiding bringing strain into the shoulders, keeping all the work in the low back. Exhale as we lift. Inhale, and then exhale as you come down. Being mindful to contract evenly through the low back and glutes, both sides coming into the center equally. It's easy to focus on our dominant side or default to that dominant side. And just notice if you feel the contraction equally and make adjustments. 2 more. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale up. And inhale, and then exhale down. You can take a break here, or if you want to add just a little something extra, we're going to bring those glutes back up off the mat. Place all of the work and effort and support into one side, lifting the other, and hold here for 10, 9. Keep those hips lifted. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Really anchor that foot in place, supporting the hips equally. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, lower it down, hug those knees into the chest. You did it. Good job.